Hello friends. In this session we will talk about basic concept of profit and loss. Let's first understand the definition of these terms. The cost price CP is the price at which an item is purchased. The selling price SP is the price at which the item is sold. There is a profit when the selling price is greater than the cost price, and profit is SP minus CP. There is a loss when the CP is more than the SP. Loss would be CP minus SP. As far as percentage profit and percentage loss are concerned, what we need to keep in mind is that percentage profit and percentage loss, they are always calculated on the cost price. They are never calculated on the selling price. So percentage profit is nothing but SP minus CP upon CP multiplied by 100. Similarly, percentage loss will be CP minus SP upon CP multiplied by 100. And we never say there is a profit of minus 10% or a loss of minus 20%. So profit and loss, they will always be in positive numbers. So if there is a profit of 20%, we assume that SP is greater than CP. Similarly, if there is a loss of 10%, then the CP is greater than SP. So that's on the basic definition of these terms. Once again, the profit and loss percentages, they are always calculated on CP. They are never calculated on the cost price on the selling price. One very important concept that will be of a lot of use for us would be of multiplication factor, the MF. The multiplication factor is nothing but 1 plus x upon 100, where x is the percentage change. So let us say the cost of an item is currently rupees 2000 and its price is increased by 10%. If the price is increased by 10%, then the new price will be 2000 into 1 plus 10 upon 100. This is equal to 2000 into 1 plus 10 upon 100 is 0.1 into 1.1. This 1.1 here is called the multiplication factor. So how we use this multiplication factor? What we will do is, let us say the price of an item is the initial value. Let us say initial value is given as, let's say first case it is 200, second case it is given as 300, fourth case it is third case it is 400, 500, and so on and so forth. The percentage change is, let us say in this case it is 10%, this is 30%, this is minus 10%, and this is minus 40%. Then the multiplication factor in these cases will be 1 plus 10% is 0.1, so this will become 1.1. 30% is 1 plus 0.3, so this is 1.3. Minus 10 means that 100 minus 10, this will become 90. If the value will become 90, so multiplication factor is 0.9. If it is decreased by 40%, 100 minus 40 is 60, so multiplication factor will be 0.6. So 200 multiplication factor 1.1, the final value will be 1.1 into 2, 220. 300 1.3, this will become 390. 400 90%, this is 360. 500 60%, this will become 300. The very interesting thing to observe is that I can go from here to here by dividing by the multiplication factor. So let us say if it is 220 after an increase of 10%, then I can say that 220 divided by 1.1 will be the initial value. So initial value multiplied by multiplication factor is equal to final value. So from here I can say that final value divided by the multiplication factor is equal to the initial value. So Initial value multiplied by multiplication factor gives me the final value. Final value divided by the multiplication factor will give me the initial value. So that's the basic concept on multiplication factor. Let us see how to apply this concept. What we'll now do is we'll take up a couple of examples and we'll see how to fill in the blanks. Let's say this is CP, this is SP, this is profit oblique loss percentage, and we have to fill in these values. Let's say CP is equal to 300, SP is equal to 400. What is the profit or loss percentage? CP is equal to 300, profit or loss percentage is 20%. What will be the SP? CP is equal to 300, profit or loss is, let's say, minus 20%. What will be the selling price? If this is not known, this is given as, let's say, 400 rupees. The profit is of 20%. Then what will be the cost price? Once again, if it is equal to 400 and this is minus 20%, then what will be the cost price? Let's take example of these cases. From 300 to 400, the increase is of 100 upon 300, so 1 upon 3 will be the profit percentage. 1 upon 3 is 33.33%. So this is 33.33%. It would be a good idea for you to pause this video at this point and fill in the values for each of these cases before you continue with this. However, continuing, 300 increase of 20%, the multiplication factor will be 1.2. So 100 plus 20 is 120, 120 upon 100 is 1.2, so the multiplication factor is 1.2. 1.2 into 300 is 360, so this will become 360. In case there is a loss of 20%, the multiplication factor will become 100 minus 20 is 80, 80 upon 100 is 0.8, so 300 into 0.8 is 240. If the final value is 400, after an increase of 20%, then what will be the initial value? If the increase is of 20%, the multiplication factor is 100 plus 20, 120 upon 100, 1.2. So this value will be 400 divided by 1.2. So 400 upon 1.2, this will be 4 upon 12 is 1 upon 3, 100 upon 3 is 33.33. So this will be equal to 333.33. After a loss of 20%, I am selling at 400 rupees. So 100 minus 20 is 80. 80 upon 100 is 0.8. So this value will be 400 divided by 0.8, which is equal to 500. So the cost price will be 500. So as you can see from here, using the multiplication factor, we can go from cost price to selling price, and we can go from selling price to cost price. CP to SP we multiply, SP to CP we divide, and the profit or loss is always calculated on the cost price. Example 1. A person gets a profit of 20% when the profit is calculated on the selling price. What is his actual profit percentage? This is a very interesting question to highlight the concept that profit is always calculated on the cost price. So the question is, a person gets a profit of 20% when the profit is calculated on the selling price. What is his actual profit percentage? Let us say the selling price is equal to 100 and the profit is 20% of the selling price. So profit is equal to 20. If the selling price is equal to 100, profit is equal to 20, that would mean that cost price is equal to 100 minus 20, 80 rupees. And the cost price is equal to 80 and the profit is of 20 rupees, my profit percentage will be profit upon cost price multiplied by 100. So 20 upon 80 is 1 by 4, 100 upon 4 is 25%. So this is equal to 25% profit. So if the selling price is given as a percentage of profit, profit is given as a percentage of the SP, then the actual profit will be different from what is given. So SP, profit, CP, it is coming to 25%. Next example, A sells an article to B at 25% profit, B sells the same to C at 20% profit. The question is, A, by what percentage is the CP of C more than A? So if A sells to B, B sells to C, let us say the cost price of A is rupees 100. A sells to B at 25% profit. So that means that from 100 he will be selling at plus 25, so he will be selling at 125. B sells to C at 20% profit. 125 into 1.2 is equal to 150. So B is selling to C at rupees 150. The question is by what percentage is the CP of C more than A? So CP of C is 150, CP of A is 100, which is clearly 50% more. So that's your A. B, if the CP of A is rupees 600, how much did it cost C? If A's CP is 100, then C it is costing 150. So if it is 1, then it will be 150 upon 100. So if it is 600, this will become 150 upon 100 multiplied by 600, which is equal to 900. Very clearly 100 to 600 is 6 times, 150 into 6 is 900. So 900 rupees will be the CP for C. C, if C bought it for rupees 1200, then at what price did A buy it? If C is buying at rupees 150, then A is buying at rupees 100. So 1 will give me 100 upon 150. So 1200 will give me 100 upon 150 multiplied by 1200. This is 1 upon 1.5. This will become 800. So this is equal to 800 rupees. And that would be the answer for the part C. Next example, we have two articles with the same cost price. One is sold at P% profit and the other is sold at P% loss. Then on the whole transaction, what will be the profit or the loss percentage? The important thing here is that the CP is the same. So let us say CP in both the cases is 100. One item is sold at a profit of 20%, the other item is sold at a loss of 20%. So from 100, 20%, the first item is sold at, so this is CP, this is SP, profit of 20%, so 120. The other item is sold at a loss of 20%, so this is sold at rupees 80. On the whole, 100 plus 100, 200 rupees is my CP, and 120 plus 80, 200 rupees is my SP. So on the whole, there is no profit or loss. This is the case when the CP is same. The second part of the same discussion would be when the SP is the same. So let us say two items are sold at the same selling price. One is sold at P% profit, the other is sold at P% loss. Then on the whole, what will be the profit or loss percentage? So once again, let's say this is the SP and this is the CP. The SP for both the items is same, so this is 100, this is also 100. If there is a profit of 20% at selling at rupees 100, then the cost price will be 100 upon 1.2. Similarly, if there is a loss of 20%, then the cost price will be 100 upon 0.8. On the whole, 100 plus 100, my total cost selling price is 200. So then on the whole, I will get 100 upon 1.2 plus 100 upon 0.8, which will be equal to 100 upon 0.4 into 1 by 3 plus 1 upon 2. This is 3 plus 2, 5 upon 6, 5 upon 6. 0.4 is 2 upon 5, so this is 2 upon 5. This will become 12 upon 25, so this becomes 2500 upon 12. What is the profit percentage? Profit percentage is equal to SP 200 minus CP 2500 upon 12 divided by the cost price 2500 upon 12 multiplied by 100. 12 to the 24, 24 minus 25 is minus 100. This becomes minus 100 divided by 2500 multiplied by 100. This is equal to minus 4%. So on the whole, I will suffer a loss of 4%. If I was to generalize this, in general, I would be able to say that if two articles are sold at the same price, one at a profit of P% and the other at a loss of P%, then on the whole there is a loss of minus or rather P square upon 100%. So if two articles are sold at the same price, one at a profit of p% and the other at a loss of p%, then on the whole transaction there is a loss, and the loss is p square upon 100%. In case the cost price were the same, then there would be no profit and no loss. Next example, the SP of 12 oranges is equal to the cost price of 15 oranges. What is the profit or loss percentage? So if the SP of 12 oranges is equal to the cost price of 15 oranges, what is the profit or loss percentage? What we can say is 12 items into SP is equal to 15 items into CP. So the selling price of 12 items is equal to cost price of 15 items. Let us represent SP by S and the cost price by C. So from this I would be able to say S upon C is equal to 15 upon 12. This is equal to 5 upon 4. If this is equal to 5 upon 4, in general I can say selling price S is equal to 5, cost price C is equal to 4. Very clearly, if S is greater than C, there will be a profit, and the profit percentage will be 5 minus 4 upon 4 multiplied by 100 equal to 25%. So that's very simply the answer. Next example, the profit made on selling 20 meter of cloth is equal to the selling price of 5 meter cloth. What is the profit percentage? You should pause this video, attempt this question, and then you should continue with the video. The profit made on selling 20 meter of cloth. So 20 meter profit is S minus C is equal to the selling price of 5 meter cloth. So this is equal to 5 meter multiplied by S. So 5 4s are 20. From here 4S minus 4C is equal to S. That gives me 3S is equal to 4C. That means that S upon C is equal to 4 by 3, which means that I can take S as 4, take C as 3. Profit percentage 4 minus 3 1, 1 upon 3, 1 upon 3 into 100, 33%. So profit percentage is equal to 33.33%. The question, this pattern, it can have multiple variations. The profit on selling 20 meter cloth is equal to the cost price of 5 meter of cloth. It could be equal to the selling price of 5 meter cloth. It could be loss. It could be whatever. The basic concept will remain the same. We simply form the equation, calculate the relation between S and C, and once we have the relation between S and C, the question is very comfortably answered. So this was one of the patterns of questions on cost price and selling price. Hello friends, in this video we discuss MRP or the list price and discounts. With this we would be able to consolidate our understanding on profit loss, percentage profit, percentage loss, cost price, selling price, and so on and so forth. MRP is the maximum retail price, Adhiktam Khudra Mulya. So MRP is the maximum price at which an item may be sold in the market. So anything that you go to buy in the market, what you see there is the MRP. MRP is the maximum price at which it may be sold, and the seller is free to give a discount on that. Okay. So what happens is the relationship needs to be understood very, very clearly. We will have a cost price. From the cost price, there will be a markup. With this markup, I will arrive at the MRP. From this MRP, I'll offer a discount. And with this discount, I'll arrive at the selling price. Now, between the cost price and the selling price, there could be profit or there could be loss. So, from CP, we give a markup, we arrive at MRP. From MRP, we give a discount and we arrive at selling price. Between CP and SP, the relationship would be of profit or loss. So let us say the cost price is rupees 100, the MRP is rupees 150, and the selling price is rupees 120. Then what will be the markup? Markup is from 100 to 50, I am increasing it by rupees 50. So 50 rupees is the markup. For 150 to 130, I am bringing it down by rupees 30. So rupees 30 is the discount. 100 to 120, very clearly from here to here there is a profit of rupees 20. So all these values, they were in rupees. So rupees 100 is the cost price, rupees 50 is the markup, and rupees 150 is the MRP, rupees 30 is the selling price, is the discount, rupees 120 is the selling price, and rupees 20 is the profit. Now if you look at this same thing in terms of percentages, two very important points will come out from there. From rupees 100 to rupees 150, the markup is 50%. From 150 coming to rupees 120, the discount is of rupees 30. 30 rupees on what? On the MRP. So 30 rupees on the MRP is 30 upon 150, 1 upon 5, 20%. So from here there is a 20% discount and I arrive at rupees 120. From 100 to 120, very clearly I will have to give a profit of 20%. So 20% is the profit. On the basis of this, what I can say is that discount is on MRP. The markup oblique profit and loss percentage is on CP. So markup and profit and loss, this would be on CP, and discount will be on MRP. Once this relationship is understood, rest everything based on profit and loss, that becomes super easy. Let's take up a couple of questions to understand this concept better. Example 1, by selling a laptop at a discount of 30%, a trader makes a profit of 26%. By what percentage does he mark up above the cost price? So the discount is of 30%, the profit is of 26%. The question is, what is the markup percentage? So what we will do is, you should pause the video, you should attempt this question, and then you should look at the solution. What we do is, let's say the cost price is rupees 100. He is making a profit of 26%. So from here the selling price is rupees 126. He has arrived at this 126 rupees with a discount of 30%. So this will be the MRP, and from CP I'll go to the MRP. Let's say this is X percentage. If MRP, let's say assume that the MRP is M rupees. On this M, there is a discount of 30%, and I arrive at the selling price, which is 126 rupees. So from there I can say that MRP is equal to 126 divided by 30% discount is 0.7. So divided by 0.7, this is equal to 180 rupees. 7 1 is 7 plus 5, 7 is 56. So this is equal to 180. So from here the MRP is rupees 180. If the MRP is rupees 180, the cost price was rupees 100, very clearly the markup is 80%. So that's your answer. Example 2. A trader marks his washing machine at 30% above the cost price and later offers a discount. Find the discount percentage if the trader makes a net profit of 17%. So you should obviously, as always, pause the video, attempt the question, and then look at the solution. So now what we are doing is, let us say the cost price is rupees 100. He is marking it up by 30%, so it goes to 130. He is offering a discount of X%, and his profit is 17%. So from 100 to 17%, so this is 117. What is the discount here? Very clearly 130 to 117, the discount is of 13%, 13 rupees. 13 rupees on a base of 130 is equal to 10%. So the discount here is of 10%. Example 3. A product is marked up by 20%. What is the discount offered if a loss of 10% is incurred after selling it? So a loss of 10% is incurred. Let us say the cost price is rupees 100. It is marked up by 20%, so this becomes 120. If a loss of 10% is incurred on selling it, that means that from 100 I am coming down to 90. If from 100 I am coming down to 90, so from 120 to 90, the discount is of 30 rupees. 30 rupees on a base of 120. So this is equal to 25%. So 25% is the discount offered on the item. Hello friends, in this session we'll talk about the basics of stocks and shares. We don't really need to get into the whole stock market and the finance perspective on stocks and shares. For that is not required for the topic percentages profit and loss, so that will be discussed elsewhere as a knowledge session. For now, what we're going to do is we're going to focus very precisely on the kind of questions that we see and what is the bare minimum concepts that we need to know in order to answer those questions. So that's about this. Now a couple of basic things. When the government issues a promise that it will give a certain return to the investor. So let us say the government says that it is issuing a bond. So when the government issues a bond, what happens is that let's say it is a 10% bond. So if it is a 10% bond, it will give you 10% return annually. So that's a very basic thing just about a bond. So that's a government bond. On the other hand, a company will issue a stock. So a company will issue a stock that can also be called as a share. So share is basically right of ownership into the overall organization. So let us say a company is worth let's say 1 crore rupees. It issues at 100 rupees, it issues 1 lakh shares. If it issues 1 lakh shares of 100 rupees, so 100 multiplied by 1 lakh is 1 crore. So now out of this 1 lakh shares, if you own, let us say for example, if you own 10,000 shares, so then 10,000 out of 1 lakh is 10%. So you own 10% of the company. And that is what we normally understand by shareholding in a company. So that's the share in the case of a company. What it issues is a stock. Any stock, it will have a face value and it will have a market value. Face value is what is written on the stock. Usually the face value will be taken as rupees 10 unless otherwise specified. We assume that the face value is 10. Market value is the price at which it is selling in the market. There is a distinction between face value and market value. Face value will in general be lower than the market value. So if the face value is rupees 10, the market value is rupees 100, then this distinction will be useful in the next item, which is your return and dividend income. What happens is the dividend is basically at the end of the year, whatever profit the company will have, out of this total profit, the company decides to give this profit to the shareholders. How does the company distribute the profit? It distributes the profit in the form of dividend. So let us say 10% dividend has been announced. If 10% dividend has been announced, this dividend will be on the face value. It will not be on the market value. So whatever price you have bought it at, that is immaterial. The price which is mentioned on the stock, as a percentage of that dividend will be given to you. So when the company, let us say you hear the company has announced 10% dividend. This is 10% of what? It cannot be a 10% of the market value because the market value keeps changing. Market value is constantly changing. So therefore, as a percentage of the market value, giving a dividend will not be possible. So the dividend that you get, it will always be a percentage of the face value. Face value is what is written on the face. Market value is the price at which it is selling in the market. So face value, market value, this will determine the dividend. The return is obviously how much money as in terms of percentage profit I'm getting from it. So percentage profit is my return. Return is always okay. So now this is very interesting point here. Return is calculated on the market value. Dividend is calculated on the face value. So return will be calculated on the market value. I'll explain this point. There is a catch here. Return is calculated on the market value and dividend is calculated on the face value. So because it is not possible for the company to know what is the price at which a stock has been sold, so therefore it would make sense for the company to announce a dividend as a percentage of the face value. So the face value is rupees 10, there is a 5% dividend, so 5% of that will be the dividend income. Whereas for me as an investor, the return means on whatever money I have invested, how much percentage profit I am getting on that. So naturally my investment will be in the terms of the market value. So market value at that point at which I would have purchased this stock, so that will determine my return. So return is on the market value, dividend is on the face value. Now speaking of market value, is market value and face value, these two will be related by premium or discount. So let us say if the face value is equal to 100, if a stock is selling at 105, then it is selling at a rupees 5 premium. On the other hand, if it is selling at 97 rupees, then it is -3, that is a discount. So when the selling price is more than the cost price, that is my premium. When the selling price is less than the cost price, that is a discount. That is like normally to understand in cost price, selling price terms. Here the face value is 100. If it is selling at 105, then it is selling at a premium. If it is selling at 97, then it is selling at a discount. So premium and discount. Here the premium is 5 rupees, here the discount is of 3 rupees. So these are the terms that we need to understand with regard to stocks and shares. Government will issue bonds, company will issue stocks. Face value, market value. Face value is the value which is written on the stock. Market value is the price at which it is selling in the market. On the market value, I will get my return. On the face value, I will get the dividend. When the market value is more than the face value, that is premium. When the market value is less than the face value, that is the discount. So now we'll take up a couple of questions to understand these things better. Example 1. How many shares at 10% premium can be purchased for an amount of rupees 1,21,000 if the face value of the stock is rupees 100? You should pause the video, attempt this question, understand the terminology, and then should continue with the video. So how many shares at 10% premium can be purchased for an amount of rupees 1,21,000 if the face value is rupees 100? If the face value is equal to 100 and it is selling at 10% premium, that means that on 100 it is rupees plus 10, so this will become rupees 110. So every stock is being purchased at rupees 110. So my market value is 110. If 110 is the price of one stock and my total investment is 1,21,000, so 1,21,000 divided by 110, this will be the number of stocks. So this is 1100 stocks can be purchased for 1,21,000. So that's your answer. Example 2. What is the dividend income from a 4% stock worth 4 lakh rupees? The important term here is worth 4 lakh. What is worth? There is a difference between investment and worth. Investment is a function of the market value. Worth is a function of the face value. Face value multiplied by number of stocks gives me the worth. Market value multiplied by the number of stocks, this gives me my investment. So investment is market value multiplied by the number of stocks. Worth is face value multiplied by the number of stocks. Once again, at the cost of repetition, from here I will get my return, and from here I will get my dividend. So now looking at the question, what is the dividend income from a 4% stock worth 4 lakh rupees? So 4 lakh rupees is my investment, or 4 lakh rupees is the worth of this stock. 4% dividend, so if it is 4% dividend, so obviously on the face value itself we look at the dividend. So 4% of 4 lakh rupees, 16,000 will be your answer. So the question is, which is a better investment, 6% stock at 108 or 7% stock at 109? So if the return is 6%, it is 6% of the face value. So if the face value is rupees 100, it is giving me a 6% return. That means that I'm getting rupees 6 on an investment of 108. So this is my return. And whenever we compare two investment options, we'll always be looking at the return on that investment option. So 6 upon 108 multiplied by 100 is what I'm getting on the first stock. In the second case, I'm getting rupees 7 with an investment of 109. So multiplied by 100, this is my return from the second stock. Naturally, if I compare these two, 6 upon 108, 7 upon 109, this is naturally greater than this. So if this is greater, this is a better investment. So that would be your answer. Next question. Which is a better investment? 11% is stock at rupees 100 or 12% is stock at 109. So again, same funda, it is 11% stock at rupees 100. That means that I have to invest rupees 100 and I will be getting rupees 11, assuming that the face value is 100. So the overall return on this will be 11 upon 100 multiplied by 100. In the second case, I am getting a 12% stock at 109. So this is 12 upon 109 multiplied by 100. So if I have to compare these two options, which one will be greater? This is 11 upon 100 and 12 upon 109. Very clearly, from 11 to 12, this is increasing by slightly less than 10%. 100 to 109, this is increasing by less than 10%. So this one will definitely be greater than this. If this is greater, so this will be the relationship, and that means that 12% stock at 109 is better than 11% stock at rupees 100. So that's your answer. Hello friends, in this video we take a look at a very interesting problem type on percentages, that is the case of a dishonest merchant. So what the story of this dishonest merchant is that, let us say he is dishonestly weighing 100 grams short for every kg that he sells. So if he is dishonestly weighing 100 grams short on every kg that he sells, then what will be his profit percentage? So here is a question in front of you. The question is, if a merchant dishonestly weighs 100 grams short for every 1 kg that he sells, find his gain percentage if he sells his goods at cost price. So you should pause this video, attempt this question, and then you should continue with the video. So the concept here is that if I look at the cost price and for let's say for 1 kg of the items, let's assume that the cost price is 1 gram per unit. So for 1 kg 1000 grams he has to pay 1000 rupees. So rupees 1000 is what he has paid towards cost price. When he is to sell, he is dishonestly weighing 100 grams short. That means that instead of giving 1000 grams, he is giving only 900 grams. So if he is giving only 900 grams, that means that when he is charging 1000 rupees, he is giving only 900 grams. So his cost price would be only 900 rupees. Because if he is giving only 900 grams, the cost that he has incurred is only for that 900 gram. If the cost that he has incurred is only for that 900 gram, when he is getting 1000 rupees from the customer, he is actually giving him product worth only 900 rupees. Because it is given that he is selling at cost price, so selling price will be 1000 rupees only. So very clearly from here, cost price is 900, selling price is 1000. What is the profit percentage? 10 upon 10 minus 9, 1 upon 9. 1 upon 9 is 11.11%. So 11.11% is his profit here. So this is the first case when he is stealing on the selling side. Let's take another example wherein he is stealing on the buying side. So when he buys the item, for every 1000 gram that he buys, let us say he is stealing another 100 gram. If he is stealing another 100 gram for every 1000 gram that he buys, and then he sells it, what will be his profit percentage? So now what is happening is cost price selling price. For every 1000 gram that he is buying, he is stealing another 100 grams, so he is getting 1100 grams for 1000 rupees. If he is getting 1100 grams for 1000 rupees, when he sells it, let us say he is selling at cost price, what will be his profit, what will be the money that he will get? Very clearly, on selling 1100 gram, he will get 1100 rupees. So 1100 rupees is what he will get. So cost price 1000, selling price 1100, profit percentage 10%. This is when he is cheating on the buying side. Third case, when let us say he is cheating on both buy and sell side. If he is cheating on both the buy and the sell side, then what will be his profit percentage? So now what is happening is, let us say when he is buying, he steals 100 grams. When he is selling, he undersells by 100 grams. Then on the whole, what is his profit percentage? You should pause this video here, attempt this question, and then you should continue from here. What is happening is, on the CP and the SP side, when he is paying 1000 rupees, he is buying 1100 gram of the material. So he is spending rupees 1000 and he is buying 1100 gram. When he sells it, for every 1000 gram that he proposes to sell, that he purportedly sells, he is actually giving only 900 gram. So that means that for every 900 gram he is charging 1000 rupees. That means that his selling price per unit is 10 upon 9. If his selling price per unit, so SP per unit is equal to 10 upon 9, because he is getting 1000 rupees for selling 900 grams. So if his SP per unit is 10 upon 9, for 1100 grams, he will be able to charge 1100 multiplied by 10 upon 9 rupees. And if he is able to charge 1100 multiplied by 10 upon 9, on the whole, what will be his profit percentage? Selling CP 1000, SP 1100 into 10 upon 9. So this will be equal to 110 upon 9. So 110 upon 9 minus 10 divided by 10 multiplied by 100. So 110 minus 90 is 20 upon 90. So 20 upon 90, 2 upon 9 is equal to 22.22%. This will be his overall profit percentage. So this is when he is stealing on both the sides. When he is buying, if he is paying 1000 rupees and getting 1100 grams, that means that net for 1100 grams he has paid 1000 grams 1000 rupees. So his cost price becomes 10 upon 11. When he is selling, same thing he does. So this ways, for 900 grams he is able to charge 1000 rupees. So his selling price becomes 10 upon 9. So selling price 10 upon 9, cost price 10 upon 11. We can solve it, we'll get the answer. Let's look at one more variation to this question of dishonest merchant. Let us say there is a merchant who is stealing on both sides, the CP, the buying as well as the selling. On the buy side, what he does is, for every 1 kg that he buys, he is stealing another 200 gram. When he is selling, for every 1 kg that he proposes to sell, he is underselling by 300 gram, let us say. So when buy, he is stealing by 200 grams. When selling, he is underselling by 300 grams. Also, there is a markup of 20%. So the selling price is 20% above the cost price. On the whole, what will be his profit percentage? So when buying, he is, instead of 1 kg, he is stealing 200 grams. When selling, instead of 1 kg, he is stealing another 300 grams. So he is selling only 700 grams. And also there is a markup of 20% from the CP to the SP. On the whole, what will be his profit percentage? So you should pause the video here, attempt this question, and then you should continue from here. Let us see. When he says that he is buying 1 kg, he will have to spend, let us say at rupees 1 per unit, he will have to spend rupees 1000. For this rupees 1000, he will get 1200 grams. So actually his cost price per unit is 1000 upon 1200. When he is selling for 1 kg, he is underselling by 700 gram. So actually he is selling only 700 gram. And for this 1 kg, because there is a markup of 20%, instead of 1000, he will make 1200 rupees. So effectively he is making rupees 1200 by selling 1000 minus 300, 700 gram. So my cost price per unit is 1000 upon 1200. My selling price per unit is 1200 upon 700. What is my profit percentage? That should be pretty straightforward from here. So I'll remove these two. My profit percentage is equal to 12 upon 7 minus 10 upon 12 divided by 10 upon 12 multiplied by 100. This is equal to 144. 144 minus 70 is 74 upon 7 into 12. This 10 will cancel upon 70 multiplied by 100. So this is equal to 100 plus 4 upon 7. 4 upon 7 is 57.12. So this is equal to 105.72%. So once again, let us understand the concept here. On 1 kg, he is stealing 200 gram. So for when he is paying rupees 1000, he is getting 1200 gram of the material. So his cost price per unit is 1000 upon 1200. When he is selling for 1 kg, he will be charging 1200 rupees because there is a markup of 20%. So 1000 will become 1200. How much item I'm actually giving? 1000 minus 300, 700 only. So my selling price per unit is 12 upon 7. So 12 upon 7 is my selling price. Cost price is 10 upon 12. Very clearly, on the whole, my profit percentage will be selling price minus cost price upon cost price multiplied by 100. So that is the funda of the dishonest merchant. That is your dishonest merchant demystified. Thank you. Hello friends. In this session, we'll talk about partnerships. Partnerships is one specific question type that we find in this topic, percentages, profit and loss, and it's based on a very simple concept. Once that concept is understood, the questions are quite easy. What we do is, let us first understand what's the context of partnerships. Let us say 2 or more than 2 people, they come together, they pool in certain resources, and let's say the resources in the form of capital, and then they work together for a time on a project. At the end of the year, they make a certain amount of profit. The question is, in what ratio should the profit be shared between these individuals? So a couple of things that we need to understand in this concept, in this context. Number one, the amount of money that a person will get, or the share of money that a person will get, is directly proportional to his investment. So share is directly proportional to investment. Also, share is directly proportional to the time period for which the money has been invested. So for example, let us say if Ram and Shyam, they start a business in the month of January, and let us say Ghanshyam joins them in the month of April. So if Ghanshyam joins in the month of April, his money would have been invested only for 9 months, whereas the money from Ram and Shyam, that would have been invested for 12 months. So obviously the amount of profit that Ram and Shyam should get, that should be greater than the profit that will go to Ghanshyam. So in that sense, the share is directly proportional to time. One more thing that we, one more perspective that we will sometimes take in this. What happens is that we may assume that they all are working on the project, and each of them will draw the same kind of profit. Or sometimes what happens is that people can be managing partners or sleeping partners. So People can be managing partners or sleeping partners. A managing partner is someone who is involved in the day-to-day operation of the business. And if the person is involved in the day-to-day operation of the business, we might say that at the end of the year, a certain amount of salary will go to the person. So whatever profit comes to us, from that profit, his salary will first be subtracted, and once the salary has been subtracted, on the remaining residual profit, that will be divided on the basis of their investment and time. At the same time, there are people who can be sleeping partners. A sleeping partner is someone who has only invested his capital and then he is not involved in the day-to-day operation of the business. So there is a managing partner and there is a sleeping partner. So that's about the managing versus the sleeping bit. Now let us see how to approach these questions. What we understand from here is that share is proportional to investment and share is proportional to time. So in any problem, what we will do is, let us say there is a person A, there is a person B. We first look at what is his capital. So let us say his capital is rupees 2 lakh and his capital is 3 lakh. So the ratio of the capital investment is 2:3. Similarly, if I look at the time, A has invested his capital for the entire duration of 12 months, where B has invested his capital only for a duration of 9 months. Then in what ratio will the profit be shared between A and B? So as we can see from here, share is proportional to investment, share is proportional to time. So if I multiply both, I will get the share is proportional to the product of investment and time. So from here, taking the product of capital and time, 12 2 are 24, 9 3 are 27. So very simply, the ratio in which the profit will be shared between A and B is nothing but 24:27. So this is 3 8 are 24, 3 9 are 27, 8:9 will be the ratio in which the profit will be shared between these two individuals. Okay, so that was the basic idea here. So now let us say if the total profit is rupees 1700 rupees, if the net profit is rupees 1700, this 1700 will be divided in the ratio 8:9. So 8 9 is 17, 8 upon 17 will go to A, 9 upon 17 will go to B. In case, let us say one of them was a managing partner, and for being a managing partner, he draws a certain salary. So let us say 510 rupees goes to B towards his salary because he is the managing partner. If he is a managing partner, the residual profit is 17 minus 5 12, 1190 rupees. If 1190 rupees is the residual profit, this money will be distributed in the ratio 8:9, and B will get his salary 510 rupees. That will be kept out of this discussion. So that's a basic thing on partnerships, and with this we should be able to answer more or less any question that will come our way. So now let's take an example. Example 1. Example 1. A and B invest rupees 8,000 and 7,000 respectively in a business. After 1 year, they make a profit of rupees 4,500. Then find the ratio of the shares of A and B in the profit, and second part, find the respective share in the profit. You should pause this video here, you should attempt this question, and then you should continue from here. So what we have is, there are two people, A and B. Their capital is 8,000 and 7,000, so it's 8,000 and it's 7,000. The time period for both of them, because they both have been invested for the same time, so his time period is 12 months, his time period is also 12 months. In order to take the ratio, obviously 12 and 12 will cancel out, 8:7 will become the ratio, so 8:7 is the ratio. So the profit will be distributed between these two people in the ratio 8:7. The second part, find the respective share in the profit. Total profit is 4,500. If 4,500 is the profit, then 8 plus 7 is 15, upon 15 multiplied by 8, 15 3 is 45, 3 8 is 24, so 2,400 is A's share and 2,100 will be B's share. So these will be their respective shares. So that was question 1. Example 2, it's here in front of you. A started a business with an investment of rupees 20,000. After 2 months, B joined him with an investment of 40,000. If they make a profit of 9,600 at the end of the year, find the profit share of B. So this time what we will do is, there is person A and there is person B. He is investing 20,000. He is investing 40,000. B has invested after 2 months. So if his period is 12 months, his period will be 10 months. So the ratio will be 12 into 20. So 12 into 20 is to 40 into 10. 22 is 40, and this becomes 20. 4 5 is 20. 4 3 is 12. So 3:5 is the ratio in which their profit shall be divided. We have been asked to find the share of B. Total profit is 9600. So out of this 9600, B share is 5/8. So 5 upon 8. 12 8 is 96. 12 5 is 60. 6000 will be the share of B. Example 3. A starts a business with 30,000. After 2 months, B joins him with 20,000. A left after 6 months while B stayed on till the end of the year. Find the ratio of their shares in the year at the end of the year. So now what will happen is, there is A, there is B. A has started with 30,000. B has started with 20,000. B joins after 2 months and stays till the end of the year. So B is invested for 10 months. A is from the start but only for 6 months. So his investment is for 6 months. 3 6 is 18. 2 10 is 20. 18 is to 20 is 9 is to 10. So 9 is to 10 is the ratio of the shares at the end of the year. Second part, by what percentage does B get more or less than A? A is getting 9, B is getting 10. So very clearly B is 10 minus 9, 1 upon 9 into 100, 11.11% greater than A. So B greater than A. So this is 10 minus 9 upon 9 multiplied by 100. So this is equal to 11.11%. So that would be your answer. Example 4. A and B started a business with respective investment of 10,000 and 15,000. The managing partner Aman receives a salary of 2,000 for an amount out of the total profit of 9,500. Find the total amount received by Aman. So this time we have got two people, Aman and Bhavan. They are investing 10,000 and 15,000. Because their amounts have been invested for the entire duration of 12 months, for the sake of ratio, the ratio will be 10:15. So this becomes 2:3. Now the interesting part is, out of the total profit of 9,500, Aman receives a salary of 2,000. So what remains is 7,500, which will be distributed between Aman and Bhavan in the ratio 2:3. So out of the 7,500, how much will Aman get? He will get 7,500 multiplied by 2 upon 5. So this is equal to 3,000 rupees. The question is, how much money did Aman get overall? 3,000 from here, 2,000 from here. Overall, he will get 5,000 rupees. So 5,000 rupees will be your answer. Example 5. Anita starts a business with rupees 20,000. After 3 months, Vanita joins her with rupees 30,000. After some more months, Cynthia joins them with 40,000. If at the end of the year, Vanita gets rupees 18,000 out of the total profit of 42,000, then how many months after Vanita did Cynthia join the business? So now we got 3 people, Anita, Vanita and Cynthia. Their investments are 20, 30 and 40. As far as the time period is concerned, let us say Anita is invested for entire 12 months. Vanita joins after 3 months, so she is invested for 9 months. And Cynthia joins after another couple of months. So let us say after Vanita, she joins after K months. So she will be invested for 9 minus K months. Now, as far as the ratio in the profits is concerned, this 0 can be removed from here. This becomes 12 2 is 24, 9 3 is 27, and 4 into 9 minus K. Out of this, Vanita's share is 18,000 out of 42,000. If I look at it from here, the share of Vanita will be 27 divided by 24 plus 27 plus 9 4 is 36 minus 4K. This is equal to, the share is given as 18 upon 42. So this becomes 6 3 ja 18, 6 7 ja 40, 3 9 ja 27, 9 7 ja 63. So 63 is equal to 24 plus 27 plus 36 minus 4k. So from here I will get 6 plus 7 is 13, 13 plus 4 is 7, 7, and 3 plus 2 5 plus 2 7, 7 plus 1 8 minus 63 is equal to 16. Is equal to 24. So 24 is equal to 4k. So from here k is equal to 6. So k is equal to 6. 6 months after Vanita joined, Cynthia joined the business. So that is your answer. Next question. Abdul started a business with 10,000 and after 4 months Bhaskar joined him with 15,000. So now we have got two people, A and B. He is starting with 10,000, Bhaskar joins with 15. He is invested for 12 months, he is invested for only 8 months. So the ratio of the profit will be 4 3 ja 12, 4 2 ja 8, 5 2 ja 10, 5 3 ja 15, 2 3 3 2. So this becomes 1:1. If it becomes 1:1, so 1:1 is the ratio in which the profit will be distributed between these two gentlemen. If 1:1 is the profit, then what is given is the total profit is P. Abdul is getting 10% of the profit as his salary. The remaining 90%, 0.9p, will be distributed in the ratio 1:1. So from here, Abdul will get 0.45p and Bhaskar will get 0.45p. In all, Abdul will get 0.10 plus 0.45, 0.55p, which is equal to 4400. So 0.55p is equal to 4400. So from here, p is equal to 4400 divided by 0.55. The question is, what is the amount that Bhaskar received? So the amount that Bhaskar will receive is 0.45 of p. So multiplied by 0.45, this is what Bhaskar will get. 11 5 is 55, 11 4 is 44, 5 9 is 45, 9 4 is 36. So 3600 is the amount of money that Bhaskar will receive. That's your answer.